It's good? Okay. Hi guys, I'm Opal and I have Andrew Jenks, the star of MTV's World of Jenks. And we're going to ask him a couple of questions. So Andrew, thank you so much. You are the keynote speaker here at the Microsoft office. So how do you empower youth?
Well, I think there's a lot of different, obviously, routes to take. For me, I have always been into storytelling and filmmaking. And so through the TV show that I have, I'm able to follow and document and tell the stories of young people who have cancer or autism or are living in a gang violent kind of environment. And so that's kind of my way of trying to give a voice to young people that wouldn't normally have their lives and their stories on mainstream television, much less on MTV. So I think any way that you can find something that you're into and you're passionate about, if there's a way to do that while also kind of empowering youth and helping give a voice, then that's kind of the best shot, I feel like, at trying to pull that sort of thing off.
Yeah. And you do a great job because you have such a great viewership of it. How did this all come about? How did you start with your empowering students, empowering their voices?
Well, when I was 19, I was in college and wasn't having the best time, and so I moved. I had a grandfather who was going through dementia and kind of slowly dying, and I was really impacted by that. And so I had always just wanted to make movies. And so on the very cheap, I bought a couple cameras off of eBay and moved into a nursing home to make a movie about what it was like for 5 weeks to live in an assisted living facility. And so I edited that movie out of my parents' basement, and HBO ended up buying it. And so that's kind of how this whole thing sort of started.
Phenomenal. So you are now the keynote speaker today for Student Voice and with Dell Education here at the Microsoft building. What is it like to be a role model and have all these people look up to you because you're someone who's changing the world? Does it ever blow your mind how many people you are impacting?
Well, that's nice of you to say. I think that the coolest part of being able to do the show is having people feel like they're inspired or they're taking away something from it. And especially this year with our show that's on now, we're following people in these certain communities, and the feedback from Autism Speaks and autism organizations and various cancer organizations and anti-violent pro-peace kind of organizations, their support after watching the show at screenings we've held has meant a great deal because those are the ones that are being impacted. So anytime that I'm doing or following a subject and that community really is behind what we're doing also means the world to me.
Cool. And what advice do you have for someone who wants to follow your footsteps, who wants to be Andrew Jenks changing the world?
Well, I don't know about. I don't know if you want to be me, but changing the world sounds good. I would say, I think, I'm very grateful to have met a lot of different kind of successful movie directors or producers, and I think if I were to say anything that's consistent about all 10 of them is that they all really believe in what they do. They all probably have different routes. Some may have gotten a PhD in film, some may have dropped out of high school, but all of them really care about what they're doing, and I think that shows on screen. So as long as you're following something that you really care about, you're giving yourself a better chance at succeeding.
Great. One last thing. So at Give Me Mo, we always say, what do you want mo of? I'm going to take you to that board. I'm just going to ask you to write, what do you want mo of? What do you want to see more of in the world?